What's up, everybody? RageCage20 here, back with another new song for the channel. Today we're gonna listen to some Gorillaz. Now, I've heard Gorillaz before, but I've only heard their hits. You know, the songs that if you know the Gorillaz, you know. This one might be included in that, but this is one I don't know. I felt like checking out a song I haven't heard from them before. Just in case, I don't know. Maybe I want to check out the album and whatnot, because every song I've heard from the Gorillaz is pretty bitchin'. So I don't know if it's just the hits that are amazing or whatnot. But I saw people recommending this Dirty Harry in other videos and whatnot. So I figured I'd check out Dirty Harry. So that's what we doing here today. Gorillaz, Dirty Harry. Ain't not much. Anything left to do. Anything left to it but to do it. There we go. Oh my god, my brain is fucking. It ain't here today. All right, good to know. We'll see what happens. All right. It looks like a fascinating video, so this should be interesting. Up on good. Up on good. What?
I change the whole occasion to a pine box 6 under. Impulsive, glass, wild wonder. Orders given to me is strike and I'm thunder. While lightning fast reflexes on constant alert from the constant hurt that seems limitless with no drop of pressure. Seems like everybody's out to test you till they see you break. You can't conceal the hate that consumes you. I'm the reason why you feel your Sousa. Chill with your old lady at the tilt. I got a 90-day extension and I feel with guilt from things done and seen. Your water's from a bottle, mine from a canteen. At night I hear the shot swing, so I'm a light sleeper. The cost of life seems to get cheaper. Out in the desert with a street sweeper. The war is over, so said the speaker. With
Wait, what? Okay. But the fuck did I just watch? uh, yeah, I guess that was all the lyrics, wasn't it? Oh, that's interesting. I thought there was gonna be like that chorus coming back in, and there's gonna be some more bars, so I was confused. But now that that was it. Fuck. So that was weird. Um, so I had a revelation there in the beginning. Um, There's another one. There's probably many out there, and I just don't know it because you don't know what you don't know. That it's probably one of many songs I've technically heard, but I had no recollection that I had heard because there is there's no indication in this song whatsoever, unless you know that this is from the Gorillaz. Maybe the bass line. Sure, that the tonality of that bass does sound very Gorillaz like. That's about it. Um, so like I've technically heard the song, but I haven't heard this song. Like the second I heard the dum 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 dum, I was like, wait, wait a second. I know this. Hold on. And then listening to the beginning is like, oh yeah, I've heard that before, but I've never paid attention to whenever this is played, wherever this is played. I don't know. I feel like I've heard it at work at least once, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like somewhere else as well. I've heard that before. But after that chorus, after that intro there, like it didn't recognize any of the rest of the song. And just the video was a trip all on its own. And it really made me think about a comment that I've heard before now. I have no idea if this is true or not. Keep that in mind. I know you won't, but keep that in mind. But I don't know. I've heard from someone a couple times that the originator of Gorillaz, or the dude whatever that was working on Gorillaz, at least before the huge hiatus, before they came back and they were older and they started redoing music and whatnot. I have no idea if it's still the original dude or whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like he stated before in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if it was an interview or fuck knows what. But I've been told that dude was on some heavy drugs. I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was cocaine or something like that. I can't remember. Don't remember what the drug was. But I think from what I was told, he was quoted saying something like, yeah, it's not a good thing, but like, if not for that, you probably wouldn't have what you know as the Gorillaz. I feel like watching this video, I'm getting some of those influences of really being fucked up on drugs. I could maybe see that. Maybe I could see that a little bit. So I think at a certain point we need to get to a part where there's actually music. Yeah, right around here. Okay. So there's a certain point where I was just so in awe of what was happening that I was paying attention, but like it just it just went past me. So we're gonna pick this one apart here a little bit, because it's only really two things that I noted. I wanted to check out the beginning here and also the music, a little interlude and stuff before any rapping starts happening, and then we'll maybe check out some of these bars and whatnot and call it a day, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. This song is very, very fascinating. It sounded good. It definitely sounded good. It was catchy. It was, it was bumping. It was just so confusing. All right, let's look at this beginning here again. So that wasn't ringing a bell yet. It's not until the bass came in. Right here. I was like, wait. Hold a tick. Wait a second. What? It's got this nice kind of funky groove to it. Like the bass is helping with that. I like it. I just the beat and the instrumentation is just like it's good shit, man. Like now I'm getting over the shock of what the fuck I just saw. Oh, you bitch. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. It's all starting to sink in. It's just like, yeah, no, but this groove is like, it's fucking bumping. Like, okay. So before we have the children joining in on this part, I really like that high tone in the voice, that timbre, just those notes, really catchy, really like smooth. Again, it's really giving me this like funk vibe. It's good shit right here. I like this. It's grooving, it's groovy, it's funky. I like this. Now, once these kids come in now, I'm pretty sure, I think this one came out way before. But it's just weird. Whenever you get a bunch of kids together and they just kind of like chant, because it's pretty rare that you're going to have kids singing notes, because tonality with kids is ask any sixth or under grade choir teacher. They ain't a lot of like tonality coming in here. It's a little bit hard for kids to grasp tonality at a young age without training, without lessons and stuff. So usually you just have them kind of chant at a kind of around the same 2 or 3 notes and whatnot. So it sounds very similar is what I'm getting at. And so when I was just hearing this, is like, it sounds like they got the same exact group of kids to sing Heaven Knows from the Pretty Reckless. It sounds identical. And it's just the thing is like when you got kids chanting, man, it's going to sound similar. But I mean, sounds good. It sounds really cool. It's just, I don't know. Kid choirs, kid chanting and stuff. It gives me horror movie flashbacks every time. So it always has this little bit of a creepy factor to it, and I don't know if that's the intent for using it, but to me it just gives me these horror vibes. It's a little creepy. Okay, first off, we're gonna kick it back there a second. That drum though, it sounds a little bit like a synthesized drum, but that drum though, that little kind of little fucking little fill and stuff I was doing in there. Hold on, give me that. Okay. Alright, let's listen to these instruments here. I like the little hits in there. From the person who started out. I don't remember their names. Isn't one? I mean, I know this is Noodles. Isn't that Murdoch? I believe, right? I don't remember the original dude's name. the dude that started it off. And nope, I'm going too far. I was like, they say it in Clint Eastwood. Hold on. Russell. Isn't that the drummer's name? Russell? Or Russ? Something like that. I don't remember the other dude's name. Is it Noodle or Noodles? I don't know. I think it's Noodle. Anyways. So yeah, I'm not super familiar with Gorillaz, but I know a little bit. But yeah, I like his little high hits that he's doing in there, little O's and whatnot. Oh. Again, a nice little kind of funkiness to it. I love it. I love the keyboard sounds and stuff that are going over the top of all this, while that the theme of that chorus is repeating itself through the instruments. So that's some catchy stuff right there. I like the almost clapping sounds going on with the percussion there. I think it might be clapping, but I'm not 100% positive. Yeah, like that. That bass line though. That's a funky bass line though right there. I love that. Okay. I don't know what that is, but it looks like fun. I like the animation. I like this cross between like animated characters and sometimes animated environments, switching between the scenery being animated and like real actual real desert, and then having an actual real person mingling in between this. Like, the animation's on point on this. The video is pretty cool. Very, very odd, but really cool at the same time. The rhythm, man. Just everything about this rhythm is really grooving. Not only the instruments themselves, but also the vocal line is just really grooving. It's got this great rhythm to it. Now I know right before the rapping comes, there's some but the only other thing I have in here around 2:30, so coming up very soon here, is that string section that came in. That was really cool. I really want to check that out. And you got these like snapping and clapping. I think my guess would be both, or one or the other, but I'm thinking there's snapping and clapping going on there. But this very interesting string section comes in. It sounds like there's some interesting, I don't want to say harmonics, but I don't think that's correct. Just some interesting dissonant tones in there, and just kind of like maybe other scales in there, like maybe some form of pentatonic scale or something. I don't know, something that sounds non-Western about it, non-Western music. There's very, very interesting tones in there, and just kind of comes out of nowhere. For the first 2-ish minutes of the song, has not been established at all, and then all of a sudden you have these strings that just come in here before the rapping starts. It's a very interesting contrast, very interesting twist in here. Pretty cool. Honestly, everything about it just feels weird. because like musically not a lot has happened. Like vocally I should say, not a lot has happened, and it's just kind of this vamping cool rhythm, groove and rhythm going on, but like lyrically not really a lot has taken place yet, and already halfway through the entire song. So it definitely has this very interesting pace to it, not bad or weird by any means, but just like different. Definitely is very different pacing to the song, which is cool. It's kind of like it's a little bit like, a couple artists have probably done this, but the one that comes to mind for me personally is I can think of Bill Saber. I can think of the song name. I can't think of the artist. Bill Saber. I know he has a money sign in there somewhere. His "Come with the Force" is very starts out with the chorus, then you get one verse, and then the chorus, and it's over. It's a longer verse because there's only one, but still, same thing with this. You start with the chorus, get a long verse, and then you kind of get a little taste of the chorus on the way out. It's not like a full chorus on the way out. So it's like a verse sandwiched by the chorus kind of thing, which is very different than, what we're used to in kind of Western music, especially pop music and whatnot. We're used to verse, chorus, breakdown, chorus, done. It's usually how most songs go. It's usually how most of them are structured. Now, of course, there's exceptions, and people decide we're not going to have a chorus in the song, or switch stuff around, which is always fascinating, always cool, especially when done right. But this is another interesting variation of that. Start with chorus, which is a little bit more common. That does happen in quite a few handful of songs, but it's a little bit different. Like, usually when you start with chorus, you still have verse, go back to the chorus, verse, and then some kind of interesting outro. You still usually have two verses. This is very unique to have start with the chorus, but then to just have only one verse, but have like almost two verses in one, make it really long, and then chorus on the way out. It's a very, very interesting flow to this song, and with the instrumental interludes in here between like long instrumental interludes between any kind of lyrics or anything like that. It makes the pacing very fascinating in the song. We get some nice pizzicato coming in here. A very fascinating scream sound, like growl. Love the pizzicato. So I noticed this when glancing through the lyrics beforehand, that the rhyme and the rhyme scheme in these lyrics are very interesting. Often it seems like he'll do one rhyme and then switch it up and then put the rhyme somewhere else in a different place and then start switching up where the rhyme is going. I don't know if every other in here it happens as well. Let's see if there's I thought there was a good one in here. Oh yeah. It's about to come up, but I'm a peace-loving decoy, ready for retaliation. The decoy in Nimoy is the rhyme, because like the one block of text here, as he just finished saying, with anger, discontent, some are seeking and searching like Nimoy. No rhyme there, and you're just like, that was weird. And then the next block of text is, I'm a peace-loving decoy. It's like, oh, okay, he just pushed where the rhyme was going to fall. And then it switches right after that, ready for the retaliation. I changed the whole occasion. And then it switches to a pine box 6 under. Impulsive, don't ask why or wonder. It's like he's constantly switching where the rhyme is going to fall. Sometimes it happens the next bar instead, or the bar after the next instead of the very next bar. Sometimes he does inner rhymes. Is constantly switching up where the rhyme in this rhyme scene is going to happen and constantly changing up what the rhyme is going to be. It's constantly changing, and it is a point where it sounds wrong because it doesn't rhyme, but then he rhymes right after. It's like, oh, there it is, and it's just fascinating. Really fucking cool. I don't know. I don't really know what these bars are referring to, but let's give let's go back and see if we can try to decipher any of this.
With anger and discontent, some are seeking in search of like me more. I'm a peace-loving decoy, ready for retaliation. I change the whole occasion to a pine box 6 under. Impulsive, relax, wild wonder. Orders given to me is strike and I'm thunder. While lightning fast reflexes on constant alert from the constant hurt that seems limitless with no drop of pressure.
Fascinating. Okay, so some of the terminology in here, and obviously the militaristic. There we go. Like vehicle out in the desert. If a militaristic desert vehicle out in the desert. And some of the words like decoy, retaliation, orders given, it's kind of giving me some kind of like. I mean, obviously, there's been wars in desert lands from the west. Desert thunders. Wow, he says thunder in there, isn't he? Yeah, he does. Stuff like that. And obviously when we invaded Iraq for oil, but that's controversial. So, but the whole George Bush thing. So there's been a lot of wars fought here. So I think this is supposed to be some maybe. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some kind of double flip in here or some kind of other meaning, but I definitely getting some military feels off of this. Ready for retaliation. I changed the whole occasion to a pine box 6 under, like in a coffin 6 feet deep. Retaliation. I'm changing the whole occasion. I'm changing your whole occasion, like putting you under, kind of thing. Is just where my brain's going. Impulsive. Don't ask why. Not questioning orders, just following them out. Orders given to me. Strike and I'm thunder. Yeah, I think it's called. Was it called Desert Thunder? I don't remember if that's correct now. But anyways, Desert Storm, right? Was it Desert Storm? I don't fucking know. Anyways, a storm, thunder, and lightning. I'm saying strike and I'm thunder and lightning fast reflexes on constant alert. Just popping off rounds super fast. I got those gear reflexes from constant hurt that seems limitless and no drop in pressure. Like, that's just kind of what these bars are saying to me personally.
Seems like everybody's out to test until they see you break. You can't conceal the hate that consumes you. I'm the reason why you feel up your Azusa.
I don't know what a Azusa is, so my bad. Is that a vehicle? Is that a weapon? I don't know.
With your old lady at the tilt, I got a 90-day visit and I feel with guilt from
90-day visit. That sounds like a term of service. So again, military terms coming in here. 90-day visit. I'm filled with guilt. Okay. I'm feeling it here.
things done and seen. Your water's from a bottle, mine's from a canteen.
Right. So again, maybe out in the desert, soldier out in the desert, like invading where you live. You guys have your water in bottles. Mine's in a canteen. On my hip. Okay, I feel like I see what's going on here. Again, also in the video, very cool when he starts joining. Like he jumps down and starts moving around these animated characters when he's clearly real. It's very interesting production of the video here. It's very fucking cool.
Chill with your old lady at the tilt. I got a 90-day visit and I feel with guilt from things done and seen. Your water's from a bottle, mine's from a canteen.
Oh, he's dancing with him. Oh, hold on. Ooh, that's a bar right there. Hold on. At night, I hear the shots ring, so I'm a light sleeper. Ooh, I hear the shots ring, so I'm a light sleeper. Like, when there's gunfire and whatnot, you never know when you're going to be the one under attack, or if it's just random guns firing off or whatnot, so your light sleeper wakes you up all the time. The cost of life, it seems to get cheaper. That's a bar right there. come on now. Out in the desert with my street sweeper. First off, great rhyme there. Great rhyme scheme there. Ooh, okay. So the bar is about to get crazy here. The war is over, so said the speaker with the flight suit on. Maybe to him I'm just a pawn, so he can't advance. Remember when I used to dance? Man, all I want to do is just, like, you don't want to be out here, like, firing guns at these people and whatnot, fighting a war and whatnot. All you want to do is dance. Alright.
We sweep but the war is over, so said the speaker with the fight suit on. Maybe to him I'm just a pawn, so he can advance. Remember when I used to dance? Man, all I wanna do is dance.
Meerkats. Seriously, man, that is a funky fucking groove right there, man. That groove is fucking awesome. So I feel like that also, now I think about it, because I wasn't really understanding that until I started looking at it from a militaristic point of view. I need a gun to keep myself among the poor people are burning in the sun. Now I could take that as two different ways after the next words, but they ain't got a chance. I assume that could mean I have a feeling that could be, kind of a slight at, they usually send the poor people out to fight wars and stuff, because it's maybe a way to rise up. You get paid through the military to get out of poverty potentially. So it's like I need a gun to keep myself among the poor people burning in the sun, because I'm coming from a place where, but also going to fight with the civilians and poor people that are burning in the heat of the desert and whatnot, and they ain't got a chance. Like, we're gonna fuck them up, kind of thing. Who knows? There's gonna be many flips on that chorus alone. That chorus is definitely a thinker right there. It's very interesting. I didn't really think about it before. I was looking at it, I was like, that didn't really make sense to me. But now I think I'm getting it. Alright, get in. And then they fucking just run out of gas or break down or whatever, like, immediately. So they're still just stuck out there. They spent too much time dancing and rapping. They wasted all the gas. Well, fuck. That's fucking funny. So that was weird. I truly question how many songs that I've heard out there that I don't know that I've heard until I hear it again. It's just like, oh yeah, that's this song. I wonder how many songs like that exist out there. Maybe one day we'll find a lot of them while going through all these. So yeah, no, something about Gorillaz, even when like each song can be drastically different from song to song, it still has usually some kind of rap element in most of the songs. But like the song and the style itself seems to drastically change from song to song from what I've heard. And there's still a lot on both their first self-titled album and also on this one, Demon Days, that I have not heard. Like literally from Demon Days, now with Dirty Harry involved in there, we have Dirty Harry, Feel Good, and Dare. Obviously, the hits, the videos. There's still so many songs on here that I have not heard at all. I don't know. But then again, maybe we'll start listening to one that's like, oh, that's Gorillaz. You never know. So I'm not sure if I would if I were to do a Gorillaz album, if I would do the first one or Demon Days. Not sure. Demon Days is, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's the 3 songs pretty fucking bitchin' here, so, you know, who knows. But, of course, the first one you have, I get words I can think of. Clint Eastwood and the, what's it called, 1920? Something like that. Is that just all it's called? Yeah, 2000. Yeah. Of course, those two. I was thinking of watching Tomorrow Comes Today. I think that was the video I was going to do. But then a lot of people were saying Dirty Harry, so I was like, okay, I'll go check out Dirty Harry. But yeah, that Clint Eastwood and 192K as the only ones I've heard from the first album. I haven't heard a lot. And now, like, ever since they took a couple years off, I think. Yeah, like 7 years off, and they came back, and they're all grown up and shit. They've been, like, pumping out a million fucking things. Like, there's so many fucking songs, man, for the last 4 or 5 years. So, I would want to start with the first 2. But who knows? Who knows? If you know some really good songs for the first 2 albums, let me know. Or maybe I'll check them out. Or maybe I'll just start doing an album. If you think the first album's better, the second album's better, let me know. Alright, let me know that too. And I will see you all next time.